respected committee members, honorable judges, and esteemed peers. Hello, my name is Banafsaj Dinar Mufidah, and I proudly represent the Islamic Senior High School of 10 West Jakarta. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow global citizens, it is an honor to stand before you today to discuss the critical issue that affects us all, the environment. As the Prime Minister of this country, I am committed to leading our nation towards a sustainable future where the health of our people and the beauty of our land are preserved for generations to come. Today, I want to emphasize our government's new approach, prioritizing local environmental agenda over a global one, with a specific focus on combating local pollution. The importance of local agenda. This country is a vast and diverse nation, rich in natural beauty and cultural heritage. Our country is blessed with a wealth of natural resources. However, traces are under threat from pollution, deforestation, and other environmental challenges. While global climate change is undeniably important, we must first address the pressing local issue that directly impact our community. The impact of a local pollution. Local pollution affects our daily lives in numerous ways. Air pollution in our city leads to respiratory illness, water contamination endangers our health and biodiversity, and improper waste management tarnished our landscape. By focusing on this immediate concern, we can improve the quality of life for all society and set a strong foundation for tackling larger global environmental issues. Our plan of action. First, Clean Air Initiative. We will implement stricter emission standard for industrial and vehicles. Also promote the use of public transportation and develop a green urban spaces, increase parking rates in city centers to discourage the use of private vehicles and reduce traffic congestion, invest in renewable energy sources to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. Second, water safety and purity. Ensure all community have access to clean drinking water, enforce a regulation to prevent industrial discharge into our rivers and lakes. Also, promoting sustainable agriculture practices to reduce water pollution from pesticide and fertilizer. Third, waste management and recycling. Launch a nationwide campaign to reduce, reuse, and recycle, improve waste collection and management infrastructure. Partner with local business too, to develop innovative recycling programs. Fourth, forest and marine conservation. Train the protection of our rainforest and marine ecosystem, support local community in sustainable forestry and fishing practices, combat illegal logging and fishing activities with stricter enforcement and penalties. Fifth, which is the last, local industrial zones regulation. Design specific industrial zones to minimize environmental impact on residential area. Implement rigorous environmental standards and regular inspection for industries within this zone. Promote green industrial practices and support business in transitioning to cleaner technology. Reducing reliance on private vehicles. These country cities are growing, of course, and so is the number of private vehicles on our roads. This is not only contribute to air pollution only, but also create traffic congestion and reduce our quality of life. To address this, we are committed to developing a more efficient and extensive public transportation system. This is affordable and accessible to all. Increasing parking rates in urban areas to discourage the use of private vehicles, of course, and encourage public transportation use, cycling, and walking, creating more pedestrian-friendly spaces and bike lanes to promote healthier and more sustainable modes of transportation. Local solution for global impact. By addressing local environmental issues, we are not only improving our immediate surroundings, but also contributing to the global fight against climate change. Cleaner water, cleaner air, and lands in this country will help reduce our carbon footprint and set an example for other nations to follow. Moreover, by practicing local agendas, we ensure that our efforts are relevant and impactful for our citizens. A call to action. I call upon the international community to join us in this vital endeavor. Our government cannot achieve these goals alone. We need the support and the cooperation of every individual, community, and nation. Together, we can create a cleaner, healthier, and more prosperous world. Let us take a pride in our local initiative and work hand in hand toward a brighter future for all. By reducing our reliance on private vehicles and supporting local industry regulation, we can make significant strides in improving our environment. Let us embrace these changes for the sake of our health, our children, and the future of our beloved planet. In conclusion, let us remember that the fight of our environment begins at home. By prioritizing a local pollution issue, we are not only safeguarding our nation's health and natural beauty, but also contributing to a more sustainable world. Together, we can make this country a model for a sustainable development and environmental stewardship, setting an example for nations worldwide. Thank you, and may our collective effort lead to a greener and more sustainable future for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, honorable educators and esteemed college, let me introduce myself. My name is Davi Andika from Islamic Senior High School of 10 West, Jakarta. Today, we stand firmly against the motion put forward by the government. While the government may present a seemingly persuasive case, it is our duty to critically examine their arguments and provide a compelling counter-narrative. Our opposition will be structured around three main points: the flaws in the government assumptions, the negative consequence of their proposal, and the superiority of our alternative approach. Firstly, let's dissect the assumptions underpinning the government case. The government has based their argument on the premise that government promised programs like environmental recovery. However, this assumption is fundamentally flawed because, for instance, the realizations never same as the plan from government. This clearly demonstrates government foundation is shaky and cannot support the promise. Secondly, let's consider the negative consequence that will arise from the government proposal. The Prime Minister has argued that have many programs that support environmental programs, but this overlooks significant drawbacks. Implementing this policy will lead to an ineffective program and waste of government funds, which will be a big loss for the citizens. For example, most of the project that government give is not truly solve the problem because of corruptions and evil collaborations between governments. These at first outcomes highlight the impracticality and harm inherent in the government plans, and of course it is affect to citizen and public will. Finally, we propose alternative approach that better address the issue at hand without the negative repercussions. Instead of government proposal, we suggest first comprehensive climate change mitigations. This program is committed to international climate agreements and set ambitious national targets for reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and also invest in renewable energy on a large scale to reduce our carbon footprint. Last but not least, promote energy efficiency across all sectors, including industry, transportations, and residential. Secondly, integrated pollution control. It is like implement stringent regulation for both local and global pollutants, ensuring industries adhere to best practice. More important is to enhance air quality monitoring system and take swift against violation. Thirdly, develop a comprehensive waste management system that addresses both local waste and contributes to global recycling initiative. Fourthly, a sustainable urban planning to focus on creating smart, sustainable cities that integrate green space, efficient public transportation, the renewable energy, and also promote urban farming and green architecture to reduce urban heat island and improve air quality. And we have to encourage the use of electric vehicles and provide incentive for their adoption. This alternative is superior because provide reasons and evidence. By adopting our approach, we can achieve more efficient solutions than government give while avoiding the pitfalls of the government plans. In conclusions, the government case rests on flawed assumptions, lead to significant negative consequences, and overlook more effective alternative. We urge you to reject the motion and consider the benefits of our proposed solutions. Thank you. And also addressing the government proposal to focus solely on local issues such as industrial zones, reducing reliance on private vehicles, and increasing parking rates is commendable but insufficient. These measures, while beneficial, do not address the root because of many environmental problems. For example, 1. Local industrial zones, while designating industrial zones can reduce local pollution, it does not address the global emission from these industries. 2. Reducing reliance on private vehicle will increasing parking rates and promoting public transportation are positive steps, but we must also invest in electric vehicles and renewable energy infrastructure to make a significant impact. Parking rates and traffic congestion may reduce urban pollution but do little to address the broader issue of climate change. The call action from me as a leader of oppositions, I urge all international to consider the bigger picture. Our local action must be a part of global strategy to combat climate change and environmental degradations. We must hold our government accountable for not only addressing local pollution but also taking bold steps on the international stage. Let us not be complacent with small victories. Instead, let us aim for a comprehensive solution that address both local and global challenges. By doing so, we can ensure a sustainable and prosperous future for Indonesia and contribute to the global effort to save our planet. Let us remember that our environment is shared responsibility. By integrating local action with global initiative, we can create a powerful and effective strategy to protect our environment. Together, we can make Indonesia a leader in sustainable development and a champion of the global fight against climate change. That's all from me. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, the committees, the honorable judges, and fellow thinker whom I am proud of. It is an honor to be here today. My name is Bilqiis Putri Syatin, and I'm a representative of Islamic Senior High School Ten Jakarta. On this occasion, I will act as Deputy Prime Minister of the government team, and we will discuss the motion that previous environmental movement heavily prioritizing a local agenda over a global one. And I agree to this motion. So, what is pollution? Pollution can be defined as the introduction of unwanted harmful substances into the earth that brings adverse effect on the environment and living organisms. It destroys the ecological balance. There are mainly 6 types of environmental pollution, and they are air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, thermal pollution, and radioactive pollution. Air pollution can be defined as the mixing of external harmful gases and particles in the atmosphere. It causes by the release of contaminants like toxic gases, chemicals, and other particulate matter. The impact of air pollution can be severe. It varies from person to person. Air pollution impoverishes our life by causing global warming, acid rain, ozone depletion, and increasing the risk of cancer, respiratory disease, skin disease, and the other. An environmental movement that focuses on local issues that can be a valuable complement to addressing global challenges like climate change. And here is why. Firstly, direct impact. Local movement can address specific issues that directly affect their communities, like pollution from a nearby factory or deforestation for a new development. This allows them to see tangible results of their effort. Second, building a base. Local successes can build momentum and public support for environmental action. This can inspire and empower people to take on larger challenges in the future. Thirdly, understanding complexities. Local movement can provide valuable insight into the social and economic factors that contribute to environmental problems. This knowledge can inform broader environmental strategies. At last, local action informing global solution. By addressing local environmental issues, communities can develop practical solutions that can be scaled up for global impact. Fellow citizens, we stand at a critical juncture. The air we breathe, the very foundation of our health and well-being, is under threat. Air pollution harms our lungs, our heart, and even our children's development. The science is clear. Air pollution is linked to respiratory illness, heart disease, and even cancer. It disproportionately affects those who are already vulnerable, including children, the elderly, and low-income communities. We cannot accept the status quo. We have a moral obligation to future generations to leave them a healthy planet. That's why we are taking action. We are investing in cleaner energy sources, stricter emissions, and public transportation initiatives. But we cannot stand alone. We need all of you, business, communities, and individuals to join us in this fight. The Green Commute Initiative project to reduce air pollution from vehicle emissions and encourage residents to adopt sustainable transportation options. And here are the components. Expand public transportation. Invest in expanding low-cost existing bus rapid transit or BRT system, as well as exploring options like rail or subways. This will provide residents with a convenient and affordable alternative to private vehicle. Improve pedestrian and cycle infrastructure. Create safe and well-maintained sidewalks and bike lanes throughout the city. This will encourage residents to walk or cycle for short trips and reducing car usage. Implement congestion pricing. Introduce to a fee for vehicles entering local central business district during peak hours. This can discourage unnecessary car tips and generate revenue to fund public transport improvements. Promote carpooling and ride-sharing. Partner with ride-sharing companies to offer incentive for carpooling and provide designated pick-up and drop-off zone. So, what's the benefit? The benefits from these components are cleaner air and improved public health, reduced traffic congestion, more livable and sustainable city environment. And from community engagement side, conduct public awareness to educate residents about the project goals and benefits. Partner with school or business to encourage participation in the program. At last, organize community events to promote sustainable transportation options. This project combines infrastructure improvement with incentive and public outreach to create a shift toward sustainable transportation. Today, we focus on air pollution. This is a crucial issue to our nation, and I am confident that through collaboration, we can achieve a sustainable environment. Our action and effort are essential because the ecological crisis is doing what no other crisis in history has ever done, challenging us to a realization of a new humanity. I believe together we can build a stronger future for all.